Hello and welcome back. Alright, at the end of the last episode we were at Lugnisted, now we are not. So the reason for that is that you might remember this place, the Hanging Man Fort. This place is cursed, or was cursed. There was a pretty nasty bug which was causing map stuttering, lag, even crashes all the way over here. So I beelined from Lugnisted here to deal with the issue. Thank you Darkso, the author of Hardened, for instructing me how to do so. So I had to use the dev console to kill an invisible group of undead, which was apparently causing the issue. So now it should be fixed, I think. I will leave the Hanging Man Fort here for now. There's still a ton of brigand parties on top of it. Those should despawn given some time. So we will give them some time. I also found the Stirring Crypt on our way here. I'll probably leave it be for now. I think it might be something we can do, but let's leave it for now. So the priority now is to find the nearest tavern, and I think we'll go north here to Tonderstead for that. Hopefully we can get there before the next sacrifice, otherwise this is going to annoy me. So yes indeed. So hopefully the map stuttering issue is now alleviated at the very least. Let us continue. Seems like the game is not lagging that much, nor crashing. So we might be back for this place, but not currently. Currently we'll just leave it be. And we'll see if I get... Okay, well this is not the sacrifice, it's not a fun event, but it's not the sacrifice, which is good. Anyways, we'll see if I still lag in this area of the world, and if so, there might be another location with the same thing happening, in which case, well, at least I now know how to fix it, hopefully. So here we are at Hornwold. Let's probably just get some food here and then continue. Gunheim. And it does indeed seem like the game lags far less. That's nice. That's very nice indeed. And we found a chosen champion. So of course, you know what that means. It's time to kill some barbarians. So it is kind of a leveling fight, but let's think about this for a second here. So some chosen, some reavers, one armored unhold are the threats here. I don't want to underestimate this. I think we'll probably go with the same lineup we've been using so far. So leave out Leonhard, leave out Vander. Should I use any nets here? It's possible that I should. But honestly, this shouldn't be that bad. Also Balduin, who is now using this Warbrand, is going in the front line, I suppose. His main job is still to rotate others though, so probably Hakon. So that he gets to attack twice at the beginning of combat, since he does have Fresh and Furious. So yeah, I might miss Leonhard and I might miss Vander's nets, but let's go with this lineup. Also the game speed is a little bit high, so I will lower it here. We'll probably use the Blitzkrieg straight away. but I'll keep it as an option. Okay, Famed Axe out of this. Even if that's very good, we might not use it ever, because we already have a Famed two-handed axe, which is good, which we're not using. Okay, so they're mostly staying pretty far from us for now. Let's see if this Chosen wants to move up. It might be better to use the Blitzkrieg next round. In that case, we'll see though. They are being a little bit coy about this. No idea what the purpose of that rotation was, but okay. Speaking of rotations, let's see if this is a good move or not. And actually, well, someone needs to take care of the dog, so might as well be you. Well, we missed the second attack, but that's a pretty good one. Pretty good hit. Headshottage. Alright, so... yeah, I think we'll use the Blitzkrieg next round instead. So for now, we'll just probably move. Might have to take some damage on Hakon, since I have decided to do that. But anyways... so yes, let's just move like maybe here and attack. That's a pretty good one. Alright. Move like... well, where do I want Fahad? Will he actually attack? I guess he will. He'll move like there or here. Let's move there. That's the safer spot. So let's move Sven... here. And Tostig and company can just observe for now. Just be safe. Just move like there, perhaps. And indeed, that goes for you, Carolus, as well. Let's not get carried away here. There's no need to get carried away. You can just stay there as well. And the wolf, you can hold that spot. Stunned on Randolph. Well, that's too bad. The champion has been dealt with. Okay. Now we use this. Might as well use that as well. So these enemies can be disarmed. I'm not sure if it really matters here. Maybe it matters a bit, but... well, if I want to take advantage of that, then we lose out on decisive. Well, that's fine. I'll wait. Let's see here, so... who had Berserk? I think like one person in the company has Berserk. Well, Hakon has it as well, but he doesn't need it here. He can already attack twice. So Tostig has it. Okay, the wolf has it as well. Anyways, my point being that I don't want to get this kill. There's no point. Not much of a point, I guess, with Hakon. So instead... we'll try that and fail. But the wolf is there as well. So gets the kill there and then can still attack someone else. Let's go for, I don't know, this one, I guess. And this one is trying to cheat. We can't have that. Only I'm allowed to use adrenaline. Anyways, doesn't really matter what I do from here on out. Not much, at least. So this can now be basically autopiloted. Well then, I've lost Whirling Death. He is certainly happy about that. Whatever. That's fine with me. Crushed. Alright, so if I want to kill these two, which I suppose I do want that, you'll have to use Dieter to reach that spot, I suppose. That or Sven. Okay, Dieter, you can handle two Chosen, surely. Okay, I guess we use this here, even though it doesn't hit Dieter. Chance 5. Chance 5. That's what I like to see when I have to dodge Chosen heavy rusty axes. So I don't know, maybe we could already do some nasty barbarian camps as long as I play well. Is it worth the risk though? Perhaps not. But someone like Dieter can hard carry us. Of course there'll be like 20 barbarian Chosen there, so it's a bit different than this. There we are. One level up, one famed axe. It's not fantastic, it's not horrible. Weapon skills cost -1 fatigue and more armor damage out of that. That will never get used, I don't think. Since, well, you probably remember, but we have this Sir Sven's Splitter. Anyways, Suhail, level 8. +4 melee defense, and I guess takes the range defense and hit points. So yes, he has not rolled very well with the melee skill. So we'll see, we'll see. We'll see what happens with him in the long term. For now, I don't know. Does Unstoppable help that much? Eventually, in a long enough battle, he can attack twice with a pole mace, yes. I think I might just go for like survival instinct here. Let's just try to keep him alive until level 11. Alright, and onwards to Gunheim. Okay, there are Hexen here. I might do that, but we'll visit the other location first and see if there's anything more enjoyable to do. There is a famed axe hammer. So it's alright, but it's not going to be bought, I don't think. Weapon skills cost -3 fatigue. So the main utility for this weapon, well, apart from the demolish armor bit, would be to disarm from a reach of 2 with the bearded blade from axe mastery. So for that purpose, that's a pretty good weapon. However, of course, no one currently would use it, and never might. That would be a decent weapon to go along with this two-handed axe, if you have quick hands. Will I ever have someone like that? Maybe. Maybe. One of these promised potential characters, perhaps. Does this guy have access? No, but I could buy access. But this guy is going to be nimble, I'd say. Though, honestly, he could be anything. Armor-wise, despite having 3-star hit points. It's fine. Suhail does not have access. Of course, that might change once promised potential gets turned into realized potential. So, I don't know. I think I'll leave this here. It's a little bit tempting, but the other improved value seems to be lower weight, so that's not very good. Yes, it weighs 4 less. If the damage were enhanced or the armor penetrations, then I think I would spend the money on it, even though it's still semi-unlikely that I would not use it, not soon at least. Alright, let's go to Thunderstead. One thing to consider, maybe you don't need to consider it that much and only applies to cultists, is that when the sacrifice is on its way, if we take a contract that requires us to stay around a location that doesn't have a tavern, there is a minor chance that the sacrifice will occur, and then we have to rush to the tavern, which would be here, close by, yes, but that would ruin the contract and our relations. And there's also the chance that I would not make it in time to the tavern. In any case, here we are at Thunderstead. There's a very, very cheap wild man here. Of course, he does need to be dumb and actually good while being dumb. Well, in a normal run, I would be all over this. Sure footing, iron lungs, 150 wild man. Even on day 300 plus, that would be worth checking out, but this is not a normal campaign. So we will leave him here. This is very tempting. We might take this if the sacrifice is out of the way, but it's not. Alright, so there's nothing really to do here apart from the Hexen contract at Gunheim. Do I want to tempt fate there? We will of course win any kind of battle that it spawns, but the question is it worth the risk? And the annoyance. And I am not sure if it is. I mean, I don't know. We've done those Hexen contracts in this run. I guess we could do more. The same still applies that I just said a moment ago though, so very, very slim chance that something like that will happen. I guess I can take that chance. So if I do the contract, we will use the top lineup just in case. And also we need to equip some of these wooden sticks. I mean, if I'm not doing any hexen contracts anymore, then why the hell am I keeping these wooden sticks? That is a good point. Okay, fine. I'll see about that hexen contract. And use the Blitzkrieg ability, hopefully, to make it trivial. It is semi-respectable amount of money as well, though money has semi-lost its meaning in this run. Well, a little bit, since we're not paying that much in wages. And it's rare to find something that I'd actually like to buy. Also, I should have perhaps sold some of this junk there, but I forgot. In any case, now let's equip some wooden sticks. So sure, Dieter, you may have a wooden stick. Fahad as well. Hakon, you already have a mace. You can just stun people with that if that's what it comes to. Something like this is perhaps enough. I will put Leonhard in, so let's sit out someone. Suhail, you may... Well, then again, you have a mace. And if you're in the back line, then that's fine. I was going to choose him because he has low resolve. And also I might bring Vander. Let's sit out the Wolf and Tostig. So it would be nice to level them, obviously, but in any case, let's do it like this. And we'll allow Dieter to keep the Undead trophy. Double's resolve against fear and mind control. Okay, let's bring Vander as well. And sure, that should be the lineup. I will, I guess, leave Balduin in the back line, since he has a mere 51 resolve. Double check the resolves in the front line. They're semi-respectable apart from Fahad. I could use Fahad in the back line, I guess. That lowers the chance of him being targeted, I guess, a little bit by the mind control. Okay, now we wait. I'm hoping it won't trigger during the night time. It seems it will, though. Some nachos, a few raiders, a few hexen, several direwolves. Well, this is going to take a bit of time and effort. Also, yes, the direwolves seem to be frenzied. That's a bit of a dangerous thing, but of course we are, as a company, very well equipped to handle most threats, even these. I mean, can I say even? Not really. Also, the Blitzkrieg kind of trivializes that, but then again, if I use it here already, then the Hexen trouble will be down the road more of an issue, perhaps. So maybe I should have used the banner just for a bit of a resolve boost. In any case, Randolph engage and wait. Oh, god damn it. Hakon is charmed. That's horrible. Fahad is also charmed. Terrible. That's terrible. Seriously? He's going to be able to attack twice as well. Fahad can only attack once. Okay. Well, that's yeah, that sucks. Well, okay, that wasn't too bad. Kind of lucky, actually. So bone plating absorbed one attack. You'll have to dodge him. Well, do something about this though. Next round. He can still attack us once. Hexen. Why did I choose to fight them? Anyways, do I use Blitzkrieg now, or do we try to save it for later? I will hold off on that decision. Oh, and you didn't have 3 allies? Well, of course not, because Hakon is mind-controlled. I also have the disarm option for Sven. I guess we go for that on Fahad. There you go. He can also, perhaps next round, use it on Hakon. Well, only if I use Blitzkrieg, I guess. That is probably better, though, than... Well, I don't know. We'll see. Guess he might need to be stunned anyway here, because I want to... Well, Dieter can walk away, yes. I also have Suhail for the stun. Maybe that's what I do. Okay, so priorities... I think the Frenzied Direwolves are more of a priority than this Raider, for example. So with parry, I think Dieter will have like a 95% chance to walk away. Well, not quite. 14% chance dodge. Well, yes. Hakon does have a respectable amount of melee skill. Anyways, let's see if he dodges this. He doesn't. So he's taken care of. Fahad is kind of taken care of as well. Staying put is probably fine, so I will. Punched 3 times. Not sure why I wanted to check that, but anyways. Now he has his weapon again though, so I guess Balduin just holds probably. Leonhard can walk away from this probably. With his 65 melee defense. He probably wants to do so as well. Chance 15. Alright, doesn't need to indom against these. Okay, and Vander. So I did bring the nets. Is there a use for them? Doesn't look like currently there's much of a point unless I want to net Fahad, though I can't even get there, so whatever. So I've said it multiple times that I'm fine if Vander dies. So with that in mind, I could try to go for the flank long way around, but I don't see what's still here. There's at least some Nachos and Raiders. Guess I can attack a Frenzied Direwolf. From here, I guess. Oh, a big Nacho. That might be netted, but not just yet, I don't think. Okay, so yes, Blitzkrieg later. So once we're actually closer to the real threat, the real annoyance. Women. Don't take that out of context. So Inspiring Presence move. like here, that's for Randulf and Vander. If I move here, it's for Sven. Can anyone get there? Doesn't look like it. Well, Carolus can. Do I want to risk him like that? He's not a cultist yet, so... So he does need to contribute. Anyways, is that better overall? I think either option is fine. I want to stay somewhat in the middle though for the tactician abilities. Speaking of those, I could use Onslaught now or Hold Steady. Those I can save. Well, those I can leave for... Well, I mean, I need to save Blitzkrieg for later, but I don't need to leave these ones for later. Since we don't need those against the Hexen. I guess Hold Steady makes some sense here to begin with, but I could also move like there and then use... I don't know. So I could use the backup plan to move here and use that ability, but then again, I can use the backup plan later to reposition once we actually need to use the Blitzkrieg. So not sure. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter that much, maybe I'm overthinking this. So let's just use Hold Steady now with the backup plan and also provide that Inspiring Presence. And yes, indeed, move Carolus here, unless I'm worried about Fahad hitting Carolus, which might happen. Might happen. He's a little bit weak overall. He has Steel Brow, basically. Steel Brow Nimble, 61 hit points. There's also these enemies to worry about a little bit. Not a huge issue yet, but it might be. Armor is intact though. I think we'll just take this risk here. And let's go for like this here. Ether will also be hit a lot by these enemies because they aren't actually using weapons. Parry doesn't work against non-weapon attacks. And Balduin, I guess you do nothing since you don't want to try to move away from this. Well, 40 melee defense, maybe he could. The most annoying thing would be that Fahad hits Carolus or Helmer, which he very well might. Anyways, I guess we do nothing with Balduin. 48. So I might actually need Blitzkrieg, maybe, against the Direwolves because of those stacking overwhelms. We'll see. So if I deal with this Raider now... Well, actually, let's count. Do I get 2 attacks if I move here? His count of 3, so no. No, I would need 1 more action point if I counted correctly. So let's instead just... Oh, you're dead already? Okay, well that changes things a bit. So now there's... I'm not going to attack Hakon. So we just move there, I guess. Though Unstoppable and Decisive, do I care about those in this battle where we're facing Hexen? Horik gets... Well, he's unlikely to get charmed, but he might. He might. Also, theoretically it's possible that even Dieter gets charmed, despite having the undead trophy. That would be terrible. Anyways, I think we just end there. Yeah, for a second there I thought the game might have crashed, but it was Winrik, the prodigal son. Okay, there's a big one. Horik and Sven resist. Okay, that's excellent. Excellent. Everyone resists. And indeed, they did go for Horik. They did go for him. So there was a... Yeah, I don't know. Did I make the right call in not waiting? Not sure. I would have wasted one of their charmed turns, if so. Anyways, there's a big one here. There's a soon-to-be big one here, which we can deal with probably with ease. But we might need to use the Blitzkrieg already here. Despite not reaching the Hexen yet. I've already... Well, Dieter has already taken some damage. So, like I said, non-weapon attacks are a problem. In any case, let's do things with Sven. What is your resolve? 69. Something funny number. Anyways, I guess you could just go for a Frenzied Direwolf here. Alright, 82 on this one. I guess we go for that. Alright, those have worn off. That's good. Let's see if I can stun the Nacho then. They are probably going to use their curses. Oh, and what the hell? This one is actually breaking already. Okay, that helps. So, with that, maybe we don't use the Blitzkrieg yet. Now that Randolph cannot get swallowed. We'll see, we'll see. Did you have Berserk? I think you do. No, you don't. Never mind. If he did have Berserk, I could attack potentially 3 times. So maybe I'll send Leonhard against the Hexen. As long as that is dead, and it is dead. Oh yeah, Dieter, Dieter with the overwhelms. Overwhelmed times 6. That's, yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I don't know, perhaps we should use the Blitzkrieg just to clear the field a bit before we get overwhelmed like that. Okay, don't think there's a reason to net anyone, just attack here. Balduin, you're free to go. Go for the Hexen already, maybe? Actually, yeah, if I use Blitzkrieg now, there's a free line to reach that spot. So if I wait now... Yeah, let's see. Oh, I can't. I don't have enough fatigue, since you've been dazed. Okay. Alright, recover then, I guess, or Onslaught? I guess the Onslaught does make a difference, especially with the overwhelms. But that is 38 fatigue. I don't know. I guess I'd rather have the fatigue for later. Okay, the AI seems to be content to not actually use the curses if it deems like it's not in trouble. Which it will be making horrible mistakes every now and again to our advantage, but not necessarily here, since I can't use the Blitzkrieg and we're not fast enough. Anyways, Carlos, you can reposition somewhere. Maybe like here. So if I'm moving Leonhard, is that... No, that's not safe. If there's such a thing as safe. I don't know. So, indeed, with Balduin, do I try to reach... Well, I guess I can reach them. I guess I do go for it. The thing is, though, he doesn't have a wooden stick. Because not everyone can... Well, when I don't have them available. So what are the alternatives? He could rotate someone somewhere for some reason. Don't see a point, really. So I guess he does go for it. Does Leonhard go for it, or does he just hold these Frenzied Direwolves? I guess he just holds the Frenzied Direwolves, actually. And that also means that Carolus can actually stay where he is for now. Though the big Nacho might... I don't know. Sven is obviously in the way currently, but anyway. Nicely timed cackle. Alright, well, Balduin, if you die doing this maneuver somehow, then so be it. Might be that the big Nacho is enticed to go for him, that's fine. Also, it might actually be that the AI for the direwolves, if they realize after the overwhelms how poor of a chance Leonhard will have of hitting them, will want to actually move. Well, we'll see. I'll not even bother attacking there. Yes, indeed, immediately. Okay. Well, that's kind of still okay. Alright, Horik. So we know they want to charm him. Maybe this time we don't actually keep the unstoppable decisive. As much as that pains me. Deal with this one since it... Yeah, okay, I guess I'll wait. Let's be a little bit lame with that. I'll also wait with Randolph. A big one has also engaged there, so they are seemingly prioritizing intercepting the ones who try to go for their mothers. Anyways, so Hakon. Maybe move and then wait. I'm tempted to just recover, but if I do that, they just perhaps charm him straight away. So the Hexen do cheat. The AI does cheat in general during the night time, since they have 8 vision. Also has the option of drinking the Night Owl elixir, but I guess there might not be any point for them to do so. What I'm trying to say is that there's really no advantage in these fights, seemingly doing them during the night time. Anyways, what I'll do with Hakon is probably move here and wait there. Okay, and Sven just attacks. And waits. Can't get 3 allies for Fahad, let's just do a thing. Suhail resists. Suhail resists again, and he's the one with 4 resolve. Okay, there he goes. Well, that's fine. Okay, now do I use Blitzkrieg? We've mostly dealt with the direwolves, kind of. Well, dealt with them in a way that their overwhelm isn't that bad of a deal. I think we'll probably still hold off on the Blitzkrieg, so I'll just wait with Helmer and decide later. Need to deal with these enemies, can't really move away probably with Balduin. I mean, maybe, but unlikely. Carolus acts in 3, so he has 1 ally for leverage. That should be enough to attack twice, because he's using a 5 AP weapon. So 4 plus 5. Okay, if I want to stagger Suhail, I can do that, but does that accomplish anything? I don't think it does. So he's Perhaps going to... Well, he can't really... Well, maybe he can. Maybe he will have enough fatigue for a stun. Well, we'll see. Doesn't matter. Yes, it's very funny. Just in case it's Vander, I guess I wait. He did go for Vander. Chance 5. Alright, and attack twice. Yeah, does get that. Just attack. Just attack. Okay, progress is being made. You can stay where you are. You can just stay where you are. Yeah, okay, so they're still not using the actual Hex ability. They will soon enough, I would imagine, but for now we're safe from that. Not that it would really matter much yet. Okay, let's position Helmer and then we'll most likely use the Blitzkrieg next round or the round after that. So, Inspiring Presence for Horik. Yes, I agree. So he is unstoppable. If he gets inspired... I mean, he can move and attack once if he can get away from this guy. Right? And he's also, well, 47. I don't know, maybe he's, well, he should be acting first. So now okay, now I killed the guy that would be necessary for the inspiring. So I guess never mind. I'm a very silly person. Anyways, let's start going for them. Alright, so if I attack here, Suhail is probably... Well, not probably, maybe hit. So I will wait, I guess. Horik can attack once, so I guess we go for one of them. Which one? Does it matter? Let's go to the middle. No, not quite. Not quite. And there's the Hex ability. One moves away. Someone did get charmed. Who was it? Oh, Fahad again. He's also overwhelmed though, so that's kind of funny. So I could move away with Carolus, but since Fahad is overwhelmed and gets to attack once, I think it's fine. Peter was hexed. Okay. So now if I use the Blitzkrieg, then since only one of them used the Hex, yeah, that's a good one. So we use it now. Okay, Nacho acts, the big one acts next, so let's try to stun. Success. Oh, Fahad is trying to reach Vinrik, the guy we're trying to protect. Well, that shouldn't matter. Overwhelm is nasty. Okay, Vander. He as well can go for the Hexen, I guess. Also has the vision. So move like here and with second wind kill this one. You run away. You do that. one down. Alright, attack this one. No, I can't. Can't attack this one either. In that case, go for the big nacho maybe, or just hang around here. I could stagger this one. Does that help? Don't think it does. Does it, like, do anything? Maybe just attack one of these. If I move here, does that help? That keeps this hex locked in place, but then it's going to probably start spamming that. Well, it's going to start spamming the hex instead of trying to move away. Just attack the big one there. Lose the decisive. Acts in 5. Alright, good job. Alright, and can't get to this. I could use a net. Does that help? Not really. Can use a net on this one. That helps a bit. I mean, I have plenty of nets, so if she decides to use her actions to break free, then that's pretty good for us. And let's see if you can handle this. Yes, you can. Okay. Okay, hexed again. Suhail is charmed again. That's fine. Oh, you're... Fahad was still chasing there. Anyways, we need to wait or stun this one, I guess. Well, Dieter does have a wooden stick. So let's get that. Yeah, now she's just spamming that instead of trying to break free. I thought the AI might try to prioritize breaking free, but apparently that's not even on the list of things to consider there. Well, sample size is small, but, you know. Well, we'll go for the stunning. 59, you can just walk away. Okay, if you manage to stun someone here, then go for it. Okay, so now stun the hex. Going to hurt yourself quite a bit. What the? Did you not get stunned? Seriously. Okay, then what? We can maybe take like one more hit. Maybe we can break her resolve by walking next to her. Does that happen? 110. God damn it. Seriously with that damage though. Hex's head. So that being a headshot hurt Dieter himself quite a bit. If I hadn't used the net, would she be trying to move away and thus perhaps skipping using the hex ability or something? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, let's see if I can break her resolve so she doesn't use the ability again. She is completely unaffected so far. Completely. Well, maybe she'll hex someone with 9 lives. Do we still have those? Well, we have Randolph at least. Is he the only one? Maybe. Highly annoying. Highly annoying. Alright. She is unaffected. Oh, god damn it. Continues to spam it on Dieter, of course. And of course, Baldwin is the one getting charmed next to Carolus and Vander. Do that move. I don't know. Do I dare try to stun again? Probably, but maybe I should wait now. I mean, does it matter if I wait? Maybe if I just walk Dieter so far away that he cannot be the one hexed. Yeah, that's the safer bet. So I really don't want to risk Dieter. So let's just move away. Okay, Vander, you're probably getting hit, especially since it's the night time. So your range defense for parry is so low. Well, too bad. I could walk away, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, 35-48. Fast adaptation is going. Washam, washam, washam. Yeah, yeah. Continues to hex Dieter. Well, Dieter is still within vision range. And failed to charm Helmer. Alright, so who even has a wooden stick? Horik, right? Yes. It's on Horik, probably. To go for the stun once it's actually viable. So just do nothing there, I guess. Run away! Okay, disarm? No. 60 fell. So maybe I shouldn't have recovered there, because if he gets charmed, then that's the Fresh and Furious free hit. Alright, I'm not going to use a net. A hit in the head. So now Dieter is probably far enough away, but we need to wait. Oh, now you didn't use the hex. Why not? You silly girl. Now you just die. Well, thank you, I guess. Alright. Well, that takes care of that. I do want to get better at fighting Hexen, since I usually avoid them. As the men recover from battle, a young peasant runs across the field, hollering and whooping. You turn to see him fall before a witch and hold her ghastly, leathery body up, clutching it between his arms and rocking back and forth. Seeing you, he spits curses. Why'd you do it, huh? Goddamn bastards, the lot of ya! She was wed to me a fortnight ago, and now I must bury her. Well, I say take me with her. Do your worst, you savages. This world will bury us both, my love. You raise an eyebrow. The man must have been bewitched sometime before your arrival, probably a lackey for the witches. Whatever you think, a few of the men are a bit disturbed by the sight of the grieving boy. However, one hardier sellsword with a slick grin and his hand on his weapon asks if he should grant the kid his request. You shake your head no and order the men back into formation. Poor fool. Alright, so that's that done. It all worked out in the end. Okay. So let us switch the wooden sticks out again. Like so. Okay, so I want to get next to a tavern again, so do I take the long trek to Lugnisted? I suppose I do, since I don't want to stay here. Yeah, let's just get going. So, if we do get the stupid sacrifice in the middle of nowhere, of course we're going to lose, well, I think it's 2 people. Carolus level 10 promised potential. Suhail level 8 promised potential. Well, oh, we also have Reinhardt level 2 promised potential. Well, that's not as bad. Anyways, the traveling on the world map seemingly is far less laggy than it was. Pretty smooth even, so that's very nice. Okay, Lugnisted, it seems we're going to make it before the sacrifice. Alright, well, right about now would be a good time for it. Right about now? No? How about now? How about now? Okay, no. Alright, well, let's wait and sell things. Sell, check the weaponsmith as well. There's nothing really. Okay, selling price is a mere 20. I mean, that's a good number, but we've seen better. I will sell this Barbarian Skull Splitter. This item is unique. Well, that's too bad. It's just too bad. Do I keep a noble sword around? I don't think I will. I'll sell it. We can always get more. And famed ones even. All of this stuff can... Am I ever using this? Probably not with the heavy Melkoif. Yeah, sure, let's sell that. Make a tiny profit with those spices. Right, there we are. I think that's probably good enough. So that can go. And yeah, that can go. Okay. Additional fur padding, yes. That's what I've been waiting for. On many of us. Let's go ahead and make 5 of those, I suppose. Okay, yes. Good thing I checked there, because I would have forgotten otherwise. I also have a couple of these Hyena fur mantles, which maybe I could use for something. Anyways, for Leonhard, I will give him an additional fur padding. And for this piece, I think I'll do the same. So an argument could be made for the bone plating to be better. But I think I'll still go with this. 'Cause So maybe for this coat of scales as well, since I have them and I'm not using a famed heavy armor. Do I care about Heinefer mantling this? Not sure. Especially when Vander isn't using flexible. Okay, I will use per padding on this coat of scales. And then we'll probably save the rest of these attachments for other pieces. Okay, there we are. Now let's stick around the taverns. I could try for a few brigands, but will I? I mean, that's leveling, yes, but I don't know. It's a one skull, let's leave it. At some point, they'll also have ambush threat routes again, so... Rollo the Bull of House Grimond. Okay. Okay, these guys want us to chase down lindworms. I still haven't fought even a single lindworm in Hardened. Is now the time. I do have an Indom tank, so maybe. I feel like I should save the lindworms for the very last thing we do, or at least until we've done the Black Monolith, hopefully. I think it's too much of a risk for very little gain, but I don't know, maybe we would have no difficulties there. We also have a couple of very good pole armors, so that helps a lot. But I think I'll still pass, since I can't save scum. Anyways, that means there's nothing really to do here, except purchasing sustenance. Let's visit Acolts. Hunt down webnects. It's a one skull only, but that's leveling. Easy leveling. I guess we'll do that. Hopefully it's like very, very close by. Seems to be. Is it though? Oh, never mind, it's not. One skull webnects. Alright, so... I don't know, I guess I should bring even this level 1 guy, because if I'm not using him in a fight like this, then when am I using him? When am I going to get a better opportunity to level him? I'll give him a shield, maybe? I don't know, reach weapon? He's never going to hit anything, realistically. I'll give him a pole flail, though. Let's sit out Leonhard, bring in the wolf. Also sit out someone else for Tostig. Let that be Balduin. So let's keep some veterans, not go full on leveling. So Reinhardt I could still fit in. But Vander and Balduin I will leave out, I think. Yeah, Randolph may sit out. And we'll see how this one works out with this diminished lineup. I mean, it's only a one skull contract. Shouldn't be any problem, really. Remarkably open terrain for a forest ambush. Okay, the combat speed can be increased. Okay then. Not the best of starts for you, Hakon. And I get 3 allies here. Not easily. Well, it seems I was wrong. Mattis has indeed hit something. Alright, I think we'll use the Blitzkrieg later. So for now, we just... I don't know. Let's hold steady, I guess. I don't know. Oh, and you're level 2. You're not... Okay, I was confusing him with Wolf. Tostig... Just move like there. Tostig is actually breaking. Should have probably waited there until someone freed him. Oh well. Though they're having difficulties. Come on, cheer up, Tostig. It's fine. It's only spiders. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. And he's fleeing. Oh, you silly, silly boy. Now we do have the rally. We can maybe even bolster him. Well, by killing, since the bolstering perk does not actually rally, I believe. Oh, god damn it. Why are we having difficulties here? Okay, it's not actually worth freeing Tostig at the moment. Let's see if we can actually get him back. We can. Alright, seems like the fight is over. There we are. Alright, so Wolf level 10, getting closer to promised potential. Mean rolls the melee defense, sadly. I'll take the fat, and I'll take the range defense. And Killing Frenzy. Reinhardt level 4. Hit points, since those are low. Melee skill and range defense. And the same thing again, though it is pretty annoying to skip these +2 melee defenses, but we're going to get parry, it seems, on level 11 if he succeeds. And yeah, those hit points need some patching up. Take 9 lives and take Colossus. And then we'll take like fast adaptation. And probably spears. Something like that. Matis, level 3, picks up Discovered Talent, though there is an argument to be made for skipping that. Since what am I hoping to get? I guess 2 more stars in melee skill ASAP. So he's going to be a frontline something, but exactly what? Also, yes, I guess I can get stars in range defense and go for parrying. Okay, let's go ahead and take the Discovered Talent. Okay, +3, +4. If I skip these +2 melee skills, then he's going to be even lower, but I don't know, I think I should take the range defense here since it max rolled. So it's between the +2 melee skill and +4 hit points. I don't know. I'll take the melee skill this time. Okay, this time he gets +3 there. Gets to take the hit points. Okay, we have 1 star in range defense, 1 star in ranged skill. Anyways. So I suppose I could also take anticipation, but I can also delay the decision altogether by taking student. I could also just go with shields. Skip the parrying. Feels like a bit of a... I don't know, is it a mistake? Not really. Mace and shield, perhaps. But I could just go parry mace instead. Or, I don't know, something. And we will probably purchase Nimble for him. I don't know, though. I'll take Student here so I don't have to think about it. Don't need to lock anything in place. Back to Eckholtz, and then we rush to the nearest tavern, just in case the sacrifice is about to trigger. Let's go to Finsterweiler. I see orc tracks, but let's just leave them, I guess. I guess I could have chased them, yes. They would have been very close by. Brigands! A few hedge knights, several highwaymen, and that's a semi-dangerous group, but obviously we can deal with that. So it is a leveling fight. But how much of a leveling fight is it? Shouldn't underestimate it too much. Let's perhaps leave out Mattis, bring in Randulf. Other than that, though, am I going to want nets against Hedge Knights? Not necessarily at this point. I think we'll go with this. Stig, why are you in the front? Something like this should be mostly okay, though maybe leave out Reinhardt. Yeah, I'll bring in Balduin. Otherwise I might have put in Leonhard, but I think I bring Balduin just because he's still leveling. So leaving out the absolute newbies as well as Vander. Keep the combat speed up for now. And most likely we will just use the Blitzkrieg as well straight away, but we'll see. Haven't used the swing yet, but then again Balduin's melee skill is semi-poor. Horrendous even for level 10. So just rotate someone perhaps, but whom and where? Maybe Randulf actually? Okay, Hedge Knight times 2 it seems. Okay, I suppose I'll lower the combat speed now. So we can see what's going on. There's a Brigand Killer there with a Rondel Dagger. Those guys are rather dangerous actually, so we'll need to be taking care of them ASAP. We should be able to manage though rather easily. Let's go ahead and use this. And also that. I don't think this battle is difficult enough to warrant overthinking it. It's probably fine for Sven to handle a Hedge Knight for a while. I cannot disarm, but at least when it's not a flail, it should be fine-ish. He also has the pattern recognition to slowly help him. Tostig, you're the spear guy. just do that, I guess. So can I get the killer here in time before he potentially stabs Dieter? I think I can. We'll see. So Fahad here in that case. Or actually here maybe. So he has the allies at least. Yeah. Well, with the Blitzkrieg effect, I suppose I can go for something like that. Well, you do have Steel Brow, but still. Nearly takes care of him. So it is kind of on Fahad to kill the killer. Is the real threat. I mean, not big of a threat, to be honest, but still. Also, there's one here with a net still, so... Ideally, someone who's Battleforged is not the one to risk it, but can we manage that? They don't have rotation, the others do. I'll go for this guy. Oh, he's gone. Didn't expect that to one-shot. Well, it's a good thing. Alright, and Tostig, you need to be careful. So walk away. Theoretical chance of getting stunned. But it's a low chance. Alright, so yes, this is the logical target here. And then I use Vanquisher. But that's right next to the Rondel Dagger. We do have the parry, of course. And that should probably keep Dieter safe here. But I could just attack like this guy, leave these ones alone. I think that's the better option. Alright, Carolus. Somehow I carelessly Carolused you there. That's a bit of a mistake. He's quite likely not in any real danger, but he might be. But if I do that? That kind of works. Okay, and take care of that guy. So we might be getting hit by a big hammer here. On heavy armor, that's not fantastic. But it's still kind of okay, though. Especially when it's on Balduin, whom I'm fine with if he does die. Hedge Knight going for the flank instead of just bonking Balduin. This one missed. Alright, so do I just break free myself or will someone else do it? In time. I think you just break free yourself. $68. Go for it. Alright, those were what? Chance 8. There will be a time when one of those will land, and even one is pretty damn nasty, and if it's 2, then it's potentially goodbye Dieter. At least until he gets that plus 20 hit points from being a cultist. That takes care of that. Edge Knight there acts in 10. We can just probably not care about him much. Unless he like headshots Helmer, which even that is kind of fine since Steel Brow Nimble. Anyways, let's see here. Just wait with you. Engaged because of that. Okay, 5 left. This one might actually leave now. Okay, he's leaving. I suppose I made a mistake killing them too quickly here. Do I still want him? I could catch up. Is it worth? I don't need his gear. It's just for the XP. I think the tool cost of doing it with Balduin isn't worth, but can someone like Randolph? Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, cannot catch up. Unless I rotate him. Though if he does get hit, then I don't know, it's not going to feel nice. I'll be greedy though. That one's leaving. Well, okay. Start going for this one. Alright, there we go. Engaged. Sven is definitely winning that. Well, we did get hit. Pretty high chance. Okay. Well, I do have 9 lives as well, so we can still tank 2 hits in case. And I also have the rotation, so we are safe. It's fine. Also, you are now stunned, so the threat is over. Move for Inspiring Presence. Okay. Was it worth taking that injury? Probably not, but anyways. So, Horik, level 16. Takes more resolve. And takes more melee defense and melee skill. Balduin, level 11. Minerals the melee skill. Well, Balduin is a prime candidate to let go. He's level 11 with 65 melee skill. He can rotate others. He has 33 melee defense. So he's not horrid. But we can potentially do better. We'll see. He has 1 perk point. I think that goes into Formidable Approach. So that's him finished. I'll sit out Randolph. What the hell are you doing? Potentially a bug. Anyways, Finster Baylor. Unholds, well, probably yes. And delivery, probably no, but we'll see. Food is cheap and plentiful. I'll get your Kurt Venison and your beer. We have reached the point in our journey where those are the resources that we consume. Venison and beer. We'll maybe get something more later. Let's accept these, not this, the unholds. Alright, Carolus is getting converted. So now we have 2 non-cultists. Carolus is level 10 as well. After this, probably levels as well. So we'll see. Was it a waste of a conversion or not? Hunt down unholds. Now where are they? They can't be far, you say? Let's camp for a bit here. There you are. 7 to 10 bog unholds. Okay, let's not underestimate them. So that means the current lineup, unless I want Vander in as well. Probably current lineup. I think it's fine. Okay, Sven claims he knows what he's doing because he's a dumbass, but let's not trust him. Ten of them. So we'll use Blitzkrieg later. Of course, Dieter's parry doesn't work here. Could still attack twice here, and it's probably fine to begin. Not the best of starts, of course. Okay, rotation, probably not yet. Leonhard can use Indom like here, perhaps? Or just, I don't know. Get stunned, maybe. What the hell? Let me inspect this. Unstoppable charge. Randomly stun and stagger. And knock back. Whatever, use it, I guess. And here, since we have that, it's, okay, sure. 91 miss. Like I said, let's use this later though. You can move on this flank. You can move like there. You can move like there. Injury, okay. And if you get stunned, then so be it. You are fine if you get stunned. Acts in 8. Hakon is inspired, so if he gets this kill, acts in 2, then he can also move and attack. So I'll attack like this one then. Actually, let's hold steady first, and then we'll use... No, I don't know. Does it matter? Does it matter? I'll use the hold steady now, though, but should I also use the Blitzkrieg already? Now that I'm holding steady, let's just wait. Wait on that. And move on... I don't know. Does it matter? Let's go for that one. You wait, you wait, you wait. You also wait, despite being decisive. You don't wait. You miss 2 95s in a row, because that's how you roll. Alright, Leonhard, now that there's only 2 of them on this flank, maybe you actually come here. Yeah, sure. Why not? Alright. There we go. Actually move there, sure. Postig, I don't know. You can pretend to be useful in some capacity. Move like there. Sven, you have a shield. Go for it. We are holding steady, so no point in pulling the waiting trick. And now we use this, and... Oh, I don't have enough fatigue for the onslaught, but that's fine. We can use these action points to reposition later. Stop hitting yourself. Okay, this one needs to go ASAP since it's next to my weak promise potential guy. Try to deal with this one first, I guess. That one also needs to go ASAP. Also, there's one there. Potentially problematic for us. Inspiring presence for Hakon, I guess. And also for Dieter, so over here. I may have underestimated this fight to some extent. We'll see if that is true. At least we probably take some damage. Carlos has no target. So I can go for one of these, but they're at full health. I'll wait and see if... It's a better one, maybe? Yeah, Tostig might be in trouble. Oric is not doing all that hot either in that spot against two of them. Alright, well, Hakon, let's see. Just go for this one, I guess. So I made a mistake using Indom there in last round. Okay, and I hadn't realized, but apparently Unholds have split shield. Okay. Well, in any case, Horik is so far fine. So... overall we are fine. Suhail is in a bit of a bind, I guess. Or maybe not. Okay, 4 of them left, they should still be fighting. Stunned on Dieter, sadly. Sparring presence there. All right. Let's deal with these creatures. Slowly but surely. Oh, you went there. Double throw. If I leave this one alive, then we get Inspiring Presence there. Will it matter? Probably not. But let's still do so. Okay, there we are. The battle is over, basically. Oh, and for once we are fatigued out on Hakon, since he doesn't have Pathfinder. Linked again. Oh, I actually had more action points there. Well, it didn't matter. There we are. Tostig and Carolus have leveled. Alright, well, let's see here. Tostig has failed his potential. So I think we'll let him go, though he's not useless. How about Carolus? Carolus succeeds. Well, there we go. 1 success and 1 failure. So let's level Carlos up here. So he does have some range defense. Am I taking parry? I don't know. So obviously he does have duelist available, since that's from the same perk group. So he got hammers and axes, it seems. And the agile perk group. Battle flow being the standout, I guess. Well, he does also have the anticipation. So if I take this +4 range defense roll, he'll be at 27. Is that high enough for parry and anticipation? Or is it high enough for parry? Just parry. For Dieter I skipped anticipation, though it might have made more sense than perhaps Killing Frenzy. I'll level Tostig here. Well, I don't know what to do with his last perk point. I think he will still be with us. Maybe, I don't know. Is he that useful? I could just make some space and give us some XP by dismissing him. With us for 55 days. Yeah, well, he's not bad, but also he's not good. So I think let's let him go, since he failed me. We do not tolerate failure in this company. Only the company captain is allowed to fail. So Tostig, thank you for your service. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors. Here's some money. And that gives Mattis a level as well as the Indebteds. So Mattis level 4. It does look more and more like that I should just, for the most part, ignore the melee skill with this guy and instead go for the defensives. But is that going to really be that helpful? He does lack the trained perk group, at least. He also lacks Indom. He also lacks rotation. Well, he can serve as a distraction, if nothing else. I'll take these defenses as well as the +5 hit points. And yeah, I suppose he does take parry. But let's take, like, anticipation first here. Since I'm not going to give him a one-handed weapon for a while, probably. So Carolus, I suppose I'll do most of the thinking on my own time. So I can purchase one thing for him. He has 76 hit points, so he might want to go Battleforged. I have a surprising amount of Battleforged in this company. I say surprising because for cultists it might make the most sense to go nimble most of the time, since they get +20 hit points. But it's pretty late in the candle progression. So yeah, will I get parry and or anticipation for him? I can also skip this +2 melee skill roll, but there's really not much to be taking instead of that. He has some initiative, so I guess I could go with medium armor. So if I take nimble, he's a little bit of a glass cannon. 33 melee defense, 76 hit points. I suppose Steel Brow I basically always take though. I am a certified Steelbrow enjoyer. So he doesn't have Berserk. I mean, he could be a polearm. In that case, nimbleness is just fine. Polearm, vigilant, finesse. Something like that. Is that a waste of his talents? Perhaps not. Polearms are pretty good. He could be similar to Auric and Fahad in that regard, with more melee skill. Lower hit points though. If I take polearms, I might take anticipation, but not parry obviously, since it only works with one-handed weapons. Even if I don't... well, I don't know. I'll just take this range defense roll here, since I think it's... since the hit points mean rolled, he doesn't have Berserk, so fatigue is perhaps not necessary at all. Especially once we get the next Prophet of Davkul. So I think this might be the best overall pick here, otherwise as well, unless I were to purchase flexibility. So 100 melee skill, 36 range melee defense, 27 range defense. So I can boost this further, but I'm not sure if that is good enough necessarily. I mean, it's not bad if I go parry. What weapon would I use though? If I were to go parry, I could go with axes and use Sven's axe, but then Sven will be out of an axe. If I take a two-handed weapon, I think in that case I should purchase Reforged. He also has Fresh and Furious available. Vigorous Assault is not available. The decision would be simplified if he had Berserk or Unstoppable for more action points. He has Weapon Master. Can definitely do things with that. So cleavers, well, cleavers, yeah. Two-handed cleavers. I do have a two-handed cleaver. So if I take that, then is there a point in taking Weapon Master? Hammer Mastery is... I don't know. I obviously do have an excellent two-handed hammer here. But this would work better for someone with Berserk. So the only ways of getting more action points is Inspiring Presence and Vigilant. I probably will take that Vigilant. I'll go ahead and mark it in green here. Also, I won't be doing any more fighting in this episode, so if you feel like you don't want to watch me ponder about this for a few minutes, then feel free and skip to the next one. So yes, though... if I were to use that two-handed hammer, do I even need this hammer mastery? I suppose it's still good. 50% of the armor damage you deal to one body part is also dealt to the other body part. Shatter gains plus 5% hit chance. I think it might make the most sense to go Reforged Cleaver. Maybe. Since those do take a lot of fatigue, and I can use this Friduhelm's old ancient war cleaver. Sadly, he doesn't have a Vanquisher. He would need to purchase Reforged, I think. Polearms are a decent option, but I already have two. And no third famed one currently. Swordlands, famed Swordlands would work though, especially with finesse. Finesse and Fresh and Furious, maybe. Though Fresh and Furious doesn't work that well together, I think, with Leverage. To some extent, yes, it's not bad, but anyway. Fresh and Furious overall in this specific origin might actually be a semi-mistake once you get the Prophet of Davkul, because you can just keep going anyway, so you don't need to recover, which is what you need to do to reset Fresh and Furious. Unless you're using like a very, very fatigue-intensive build. He also does have Battle Flow. Yeah, I won't make the decision here. But I'll think about the possibilities. He also has shields. That's perhaps a bit of a waste with 100 melee skill to go with shields, but it's also fine. So one thing I could do is go mace and shield, and he would almost always be able to stun his opponents. And with that, I don't need Battleforged, so nimbleness would be enough. He also has the trained perk group for Underdog. He probably does take Pathfinder, but we'll see. Headhunter is a maybe. But yeah, I think if I want to make use of Finesse and Battle Flow, he should just go with the two-handed cleavers, so that's my likely choice. That's my likely choice. I will do that decision, make that decision on my own time, and once we come back, he will probably be leveled and geared. In any case, I will leave this episode here. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.